Look closely at the head of a sperm whale, and you will find it covered in strange, round scars. Circles the size of dinner plates, carved into its skin by something down in the dark. This is the largest predator with teeth that has ever lived, bigger than any dinosaur hunter, and it spends much of its life hunting in a place we can barely reach. To find its prey, it turns away from the sunlit world we know and points its enormous body straight down into the cold and the dark. Down it goes, past the light, past the warmth, past the depth where almost any other air-breathing animal would simply die. Within minutes, it has vanished completely into a blackness so total that no sunlight has ever reached it, hunting a creature few humans have ever seen alive. And those scars on its skin are the only real clue we have. They are the marks of a battle, left behind by an animal built like a nightmare. For centuries, sailors told stories of a monster in the deep. It turns out they were not entirely wrong. To understand the fight, you first have to understand the hunter, because the sperm whale is unlike anything else in the sea. Almost a third of its huge body is taken up by that blunt, square head, filled with one of the strangest tools in the entire animal kingdom. They live in close family pods, and between hunts they rest near the surface, breathing and gathering their strength for what comes next. Behind that small, calm eye sits the largest brain of any creature that has ever existed on Earth, on land or in the sea. Before a deep hunt, the whale hangs at the surface, filling its blood and muscles with oxygen for a journey most animals could never survive. Then it lifts those huge tail flukes into the air, one of the most famous sights in all of nature, and slips beneath the waves. From here, it drives itself straight down, swimming hard into water that grows darker and colder with every single passing second. The sunlight fades fast. Within a couple of minutes, the bright surface world is gone, replaced by a deep, endless blue twilight. Around it drifts a constant, gentle fall of tiny particles, the slow rain of the deep sea that scientists call marine snow. Down past 1,000 meters, the pressure becomes crushing, strong enough to flatten a submarine, and yet the whale keeps calmly descending. Soon it reaches a place of total darkness, lit only by the faint, ghostly glow of creatures that make their own living light. But the whale is not blind down here. It hunts with sound, firing off powerful clicks that punch out into the black water ahead of it. Those clicks race through the dark, strike anything solid, and echo back, painting a detailed picture of the world in a place with no light at all. The whale can focus this natural sonar like a beam, sweeping the depths, listening for the echo of the one thing it came all this way to find. And then, far ahead in the blackness, something enormous shifts. Long limbs uncoil, and the echoes come back off a body unlike any other. For a brief instant, faint flashes of light reveal it. This is the giant squid, one of the most elusive animals on the entire planet. It can grow longer than a school bus, its body trailing 8 arms and 2 even longer feeding tentacles out into the dark. Its eyes are the largest of any animal alive, each one the size of a dinner plate, built to catch the faintest glimmer in the deep. Those long tentacles are lined with rings of sharp, toothed suckers, able to grip and tear at almost anything they manage to wrap around. As the whale approaches, the squid pulses with color and coils its limbs, fully aware that a hunter far larger than itself is closing in. In the dark, the two giants face each other, one of the biggest predators in the ocean and one of its most mysterious monsters. The squid spreads its tentacles wide, trying to look enormous, a living wall of muscle and hooks between itself and the whale's waiting jaws. But the whale does not hesitate. It drives forward through the darkness, straight toward those grasping, waiting arms. The squid strikes first, lashing out and wrapping its long tentacles around the whale's massive head, fighting with everything it has for its life. Its toothed suckers dig in and scrape across the whale's thick skin, carving the very circular scars that we saw at the very start. The whale twists its huge body with tremendous power, thrashing and rolling to tear the clinging tentacles away from its face. For a few chaotic moments, the two giants tumble together through the black water, locked in a struggle that almost no human has ever witnessed. Then the whale brings its true weapon to bear, a long, narrow lower jaw lined with rows of thick, cone-shaped teeth. It clamps down on the squid, biting through muscle and tentacle, and slowly, powerfully, begins to overwhelm its desperate prey. In a final act of desperation, the squid blasts out a huge cloud of ink, trying to blind the whale and slip away into the dark. But down here in the blackness, ink means very little to a hunter that sees with sound, and the whale pushes straight through it. The struggle slows. The squid's powerful limbs go weak, and the ancient contest between them reaches its inevitable end. In the crushing dark, more than a kilometer beneath the waves, the whale has won, holding its enormous prize firmly in its jaws. Now begins the long climb back up. The whale turns and rises toward a surface it left many minutes and many hundreds of meters ago. It carries fresh wounds from the fight, new circular scars that will heal into permanent reminders of the battle far below. As it ascends, the darkness slowly gives way to deep blue, and then, at last, to the faint promise of sunlight waiting above. Finally, the whale breaks the surface and releases an enormous, misty breath, its first in over an hour spent hunting in the deep. For a while, it simply rests at the surface, breathing hard, recovering from a dive that would kill almost any other creature on Earth. Everything about this animal is built for the deep, from that giant brain to the strange organ that fills most of its enormous head. Inside sits a huge reservoir of waxy oil, once hunted by whalers, that scientists believe helps the whale focus its sound and control its dives. And the sounds it makes are staggering. A sperm whale's clicks are the loudest noise produced by any animal, loud enough to be felt as much as heard. Today, researchers drift above them at dawn, lowering microphones into the water just to eavesdrop on the hidden lives of these giants. Yet most of what we know about their battles comes from indirect clues, like the thousands of hard squid beaks found inside a single whale's stomach. And the giant squid is not even the largest prize down there. In the freezing Antarctic depths lurks something heavier and stranger still. This is the colossal squid, and unlike its cousin, its tentacles are armed with rows of sharp, swiveling hooks that rotate to catch and hold. Its eye is the largest known in the animal kingdom, a glowing orb evolved to detect the faint approach of a hunting whale in the dark. Almost nothing is known about how it lives, and even fewer people have ever seen one alive in its frozen, lightless home. And still the sperm whale hunts it, diving into some of the coldest, deepest water anywhere on the planet in search of a meal. When the two of them meet in that dark, it is a clash between two of the most extreme animals the ocean has ever produced. This is where the old legends of the Kraken truly come from. Monstrous arms rising from the deep, far closer to the truth than we once believed. It was only recently that humans finally caught up with the story, sending small submarines down with bright lights to search the darkness. And at last, after centuries of myth, cameras captured a living giant squid in the deep for the very first time in history. Then, just as quickly, it slipped back out of the light and vanished into the black water, taking most of its secrets with it. Because the truth is that this world, the deep ocean, is still almost entirely unknown to us, less explored than the surface of the moon. And through all of it, the sperm whale simply keeps hunting, diving again and again into a place we are only just beginning to understand. Its clicks find squids scattered through the darkness, and one by one it tracks them down across the vast, silent depths. On a single long dive, it may catch and swallow dozens of them, fueling a body that can weigh as much as 50 tons. The scars stacked across its skin tell the story of a lifetime spent in the dark, one battle at a time, year after year. Near the surface, a mother keeps her young calf close because it is still far too small to follow the adults into the crushing deep. So the pod takes turns. While some of them dive down to hunt, others stay behind at the surface to guard and care for the calves. When the hunters finally rise back out of the depths, the whole family gathers again, reunited after their journeys into the dark. Then they rest together, hanging upright in the blue like a stand of giant, silent trees, drifting quietly beneath the sun. And they talk, using patterns of clicks called codas, sharing a kind of language and identity that scientists are still working hard to understand. Below them stretches the twilight zone, a vast layer of ocean crowded with squid and strange creatures. And almost none of it has ever been seen. Down there, giant squid pulse with silent flickers of color, communicating in ways we can barely guess at in a world without any light. And beneath even that lies the true deep, an endless black expanse that remains the least explored place anywhere on our entire planet. For the sperm whale, though, it is simply home. And so, once more, it fills its enormous lungs and turns downward. Then it slips beneath the surface and disappears into the darkness, returning to an ancient struggle that has played out for millions of years. From up here, the ocean looks calm and empty, giving no hint at all of the enormous battles unfolding far, far below. But every scarred whale that surfaces into the evening light is living proof of what waits down there in the dark. In its old, patient eye, you can almost see the memory of the deep, a world it knows far better than any of us ever will. The sperm whale and the giant squid have been fighting this same quiet war since long before humans existed to even wonder about it. And most of it will always remain a mystery, hidden in the dark. If you love the ocean's deepest secrets, subscribe and dive down with us.